short entry there as well, right? You could see something like this. So you just have to be a little bit more careful when you take something like that. But that is also a potential entry point, right? A retest of that previous pre-market low here around that 15,270. So guys, the intro that you just watched there was a pre-market plan that we talked about in the morning live stream about a potential short entry around the 15,270 level on the NASDAQ. This was a pre-market low that we were looking for the market to trade back into, retest, and reject, potentially setting up a nice downside entry and a nice downside move, something we could profit off of on some put options. Now, like I talked about in my last video, this was the game plan. We had a game plan set up, and we have to trust that game plan. If we start to see the market set up that plan that we had in the intraday, we have to just react. We have to react. We have to trust our plan. We have to take that trade. The difference between taking that trade, right, which was part of the plan, and missing it is because you are scared to lose. You're scared to lose. You're scared to enter that trade. You don't want to be wrong. But we know that our game plan's solid. If we start to see it set up, we have to execute. So in today's video, I want to break down that live trade on QQQ. I took a QQQ put at that exact NASDAQ level. You just saw that 15,270 and the 372 level on the Qs. I trusted my game plan and I executed for a nice 45% scalp on the QQQ. I want to break this trade down live, share with you what I was looking at pre-market, why this game plan was what I was looking for, and of course, how I executed that QQQ put. So guys, here's the 5-minute chart on the NASDAQ. We're also going to look at the QQQ, which is the vehicle that I traded, but here is exactly sort of what happened today, right? We had that downside move, big break here in the pre-market, and what do we talk about, right? We can't chase this morning move. Something that Rake Trade says, which I think is very funny, you can't be a horny bear, right, in the pre-market here. Shout out Rake if you're watching this. You can't be a horny bear as soon as you get that straight down drop in the morning, right? This is where people get trapped. They start to look for, early shorts. They want to chase that thing to the downside. That is the worst thing we can do. What can we do to avoid that? We wait for the retest and then we play the rejection, right? So you had an aggressive downside move, people getting trapped in shorts down here. We got that pop to the upside. We popped right into that low right here, that area that we flushed right here around that 15,270, all part of the game plan from the pre-market. And right there, right, is that beautiful rejection and that nice downside move that you could then profit off of. Of course, you had to be a profit taker today. You couldn't just hope that it would go down to new lows and flush new lows, but plenty of meat on the bones here to take a short, take a scalp on the market. Perfect 15,270 rejection on the NASDAQ. And if we go to the QQQ, it is the exact same level, right? 372, pre-market low, 372 right there. You had that flush that people got excited on. They got trapped in shorts in this area down here. Where was the short entry? On the retest. 372 retest right here. You guys can see that. Retest of that previous low. And you take that short right there for a beautiful scalp on the QQQ. Before we get into the live trade, because there's not much that I want to share here, it might be a little bit of a shorter video. It's about trusting the plan, right? The plan today was don't short the morning, wait for the bounce, and look for where it fades, right? The fade is at the previous lows that could turn into rejections. Now, at this point, I'll go down to the 2-minute chart, right? We want to wait. We want to get an idea of what it looks like to wait for that confirmation and then just to strike, right? So here's the 2-minute chart. I'm going to zoom in here to where that rejection started to come in, right? You guys can see right here. Here's the 2-minute chart. We have a push, very aggressive, into that supply, right? But we know if we're focusing on supply and demand levels, we know we can't be a long here, right? Because we would be longing back into our supply. We would be longing back into our pre-market low. Now, right here, you guys can see we had some wick step in, and we had this candle right here. We had this candle that confirmed that rejection, and that is where you take that short, right? You take that short with your stop over 372, which is part of your plan, and you have to be okay losing, right? You know 372 is valid. You know the NASDAQ's rejecting that pre-market low. You see that rejection candle, take the trade, right? Take the trade and have your stops in place. You know it's this good game plan. You know it's off a key level. You know there's potential supply here. What's stopping you from taking that trade? Your emotions, your fear, right? Something we need to stop in our trading. If the QQQ came back up, bounced back up, then of course we take our loss, we move on, but we can be happy that we trusted our game plan. We didn't short at the lows like a lot of people did, right? We trusted a bounce. We trusted we'd see that bounce. We take that shorted supply and we scalp that for a nice move. If it didn't work out, at least you can walk away and say, hey, I didn't short the lows. I stuck to my plan. I take my loss here and I move on. But that right there was a really nice setup straight from the pre-market live stream. I want to go ahead and share the live recording. We took this entire trade live in the Discord community, talked about this level, talked about how we executed this trade. Let's go ahead and break that down right now. I'm watching this QQQ 372 rejection here. I'm looking for just 372 to show rejections. What level is right? Why? Look at the pre-market low there at 372. That's also the 50 SMA. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely monitoring this level here. So right there, you saw that rejection right there. Okay, starting to see some wicks at that 50 SMA on the QQQ. QQQ 372 puts here. Stop is going to be over that 50 SMA, 372.20. Yeah, the ES is also very close to that 20 SMA. Good. I'm in the 372 puts on the QQQ. Today expiration. I'm just looking for a little scalp back, maybe back down into 371. Just playing that supply level. Alright, I'm half off at 12% there. Nice. Alright, 33%. I'm out more. Alright, I'm down to 5 contracts. $1,000 scalp right there on the Qs. Nice. 40%. Nice little scalp there on QQQ. Up 52%. So I'm going to keep this one relatively short. NFL starts tonight. I got to go make some DraftKings lineups. I wanted to make sure I made this video because that QQQ rejection was textbook. It was a textbook level. It was trusting our levels, and it was playing off of them, not taking random entries at random spots, waiting for it to set up and executing. Hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you see how I'm executing off these levels, not messing around, taking trades at random spots, but when I see my plan trigger, I execute and I accept the possibility of whether I'm right or whether I am wrong on the trade. I'm accepting of it. Accepting of it because I'm comfortable in my trades and my size and my risk management. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, press that like button. If you want to trade live with me every day, the link is down below in the description, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.